Good morning, boys. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Let me turn this music down. Oh, wrong tab. And now have it so that you boys can hear the music, since it is nice for you to listen to, but I can't hear it. I just need to make sure that it's still playing, but it should do since I've got that tab open. Anyway, we're on to the funded accounts. Back again. That's why that above me is TopStep X, Project X, whatever you want to call it, instead of Tradeabate. We are back on the fundeds for the foreseeable. Still have that Lucid prop. I'll probably end up just gambling it, to be honest, because not much point in me just kind of... I mean, it's not like it's costing me anything, to be fair. It was a one-time fee, so... bonus. Real nice clean reaction off the overnight value area high, and then support at point of control. These previous day levels are going to be interesting how much they influence price today, seeing as they're all the way back from Wednesday. I'm not using Thursday's levels or Friday's levels because they were half days, or well, partial days. They weren't full regular trading hours days. Therefore, I am throwing my levels over back to the last full day, which was Wednesday, because I want to have the big players. I want to base my levels off of where the big players were, which is most likely on these full days. So, but it'll be completely back to normal from tomorrow. And then the weekly levels I have is also like including the whole week, but I mean, I guess I don't really have a choice for that. I wasn't sure whether I should cut the week off at like the end of Wednesday or just drag it the whole way through, but then when I thought about it, it made more sense just to drag it the whole way through, because for the weekly levels I want all that data. We just broke previous weeks overnight value area high. I need my developing profile on it. Feeling a little bit rusty just because I obviously haven't traded since Wednesday last week, so I'm not rusty, but I just need to get back into the swing of entering trades on the TopStep account, really. Ugh. It's going to make shorts a lot easier though, to be honest. That's one thing I'm happy about being back on this for, is shorts will be much easier to do. Let me make me a bit bigger. God, I really need a haircut soon. I've not been able to get in to see my barber for like, he's booked up until like the start of January. So this mullet gonna get a whole lot longer. Whole lot longer. Not to mention the sides, god damn. I'm currently looking at myself in the face cam. I'm gonna go ahead and change this Bullinox one as well. Actually, wait, let me check if they're still doing that. Bullinox still doing the... I need a new tab. I need to delete that tab as well. God, so many tabs. Delete, delete, delete. Our Bullinox still doing the big ass. They probably will be. Don't see why not. Affiliate coupons. Oh no, they're not. Oh wait, yeah, they are. No wait, nope, no, they're not. So that code is literally useless now, so I may as well delete that off here. In case someone tries to use it and then gets really confused why they're not getting any discount. That's the one annoying thing with my codes with Bullinox, is I have to keep constantly checking them. Why can't I edit that? Let me edit you. Call source. No, I don't want the call source, I want the text, that's why. So just the funding ticks code. I am trying to get funded with, well, I'm in the process of getting funded with Lucid, because the video I did over the weekend about them, well, not about them, but that they were involved in. Save. Oh, you know what? That can just be one big line. That looks bad. Oh, didn't do it. Yeah, Lucid released an account called the Lucid Flex account, and it looks pretty good, I must say. Looks pretty good. So yeah, I mean, I'm not affiliated with them yet. Hopefully I will be fairly soon. But feel free to go and check that out if you're interested in Lucid. They literally were like releasing it when I did a video on them. Like I went on their website and they were currently having maintenance. Why is that just opened? They were having maintenance because they were putting that account on the website. That's why they were doing it. I didn't realize it at the time. It was pretty funny for the video, the fact that I went to talk about them and then their website was down. So far, a move up to point of control looks like the best play. I can't really judge the point of control from the previous day compared to the overnight one, since they are a bit more far apart from usual. It's not like session to session. But I can judge the overnight point of control in comparison to the current session point of control, once the current session point of control has been more established in like 7 minutes. But if we can get some volume building up of these, I am definitely going to prefer the overnight levels to trade off of today, for sure. Great video on the prop firms, thanks. Thank you, Professor Mac. I was very proud of that video, very proud of the thumbnail of the video itself, and hopefully it does pretty well. It's doing well at the minute, it's like performing well. And the nature of the type of video it is, it should be one that's more of a slow burner really than anything, not instantly take off. Obviously it's a video about prop firms in 2026 and we only just got into December, so I'm giving it a couple weeks for it to really pick up, but yeah. Much appreciated, Professor Mac. I threw in Funded Futures Network for you, Mac, as well. You'll notice. I threw them in at the end as a little honourable mention for the order flow folks. Order flow fault. Ah, fuck it, I can't say it. Order flow folks. We have PMI at 10 AM, by the way, for anyone that's not aware. Red folder news, PMI numbers. Oh, my nose. Why is my nose so itchy? Let's see if this reacts off of these previous days levels up here. The previous day's point of control and value area high. Let me just double check my profiles to make sure that I'm actually right. We have the 6 to 9:29 for Monday, and then Wednesday 9:30 to 3:59. I am going to be doing a video. I'll record it later this week. It'll be out next weekend or something like that. I'm going to try and consistently upload at least one video a week on long form video. Yeah, but the next video I want to do is going to be more about how I'm actually trading this volume profile stuff. Since I did a video announcing that I'm switching to it, but I kind of want to do a video at least talking about what I'm doing. Not even so much as for teaching people, more so like just so people can who tune into the streams. I can just say, oh, if you're curious about what I'm doing, go watch that video. So I don't have to explain it every time. I just traded an opening range breakout strategy on ES. 1 to 2 risk to reward. Love it. 2 to 1 risk to reward. Nice. Opening range breakout strategy. Do you not have to wait the first, or is the one where you can wait like the first 15 minutes? I know Mr. Lang in the Discord, he was killing it with the orb strategy, opening range breakout. But I think he was waiting the first 30 minutes, but I'm pretty sure there is a version where you wait the first 15 and then trade the breakout. Also helps solidify your strategy. Yeah, exactly. I'm at the point now where I kind of know exactly what I'm doing day in, day out. Obviously, there was a bit of a learning curve for maybe like the past month or so, but I feel like in the last 2 weeks, really, 2 to 3 weeks, I've grown really consistent of like, right, these are the setups I like, these are the setups I'll take, and these are the ones that I'll avoid unless I'm really, really sure on it. So yeah, definitely, I'm at the point now where I can at least make a video explaining what I'm doing. Not so much recommending that like everyone copy me, but at least people know what I'm doing if they want to. Hi Kai, how are you doing? I'm doing good. Good as I can for a Monday. Hope you're doing well. How'd you pronounce that? I can't see that name. I have to. My fucking glasses, honestly, they're terrible. The Dretch. Hope you are doing well, Mr. What can I call you? I like coming up with a nickname for everyone. Oh, nice POC reaction there. Solid POC reaction. PMI is gonna hit in a minute. Ooh, guys, hear that click? I went and did my back at the gym yesterday. Shit is sore. Doing good as well, thanks. Good. Good. I'm glad I got the music finally working. Because I quite like to sit here with no sound. Helps me focus on the charts a little bit more. Otherwise I end up singing the fucking song along in my head. Or even out loud. But the way I've got it set up now is perfect. You boys can hear the music and chill out. And I can just fucking sit here and look at charts. I'm debating whether I want to take that long from overnight value area high. If we come down to it. Oh, PMI hit and did fuck all. I only just noticed. We don't really have much of like any like real solid high volume nodes. I feel like I would rather like this is a node, but I don't know how comfortable I'd feel with my stop like here behind that node, because it's not really behind it. If I'm entering like here, it's a very small, yeah, that's not even like, I need a bigger stop than that. And I don't really feel comfortable being here because I'm like right next to POC. If POC can shift higher, then that's great. But also we could easily be stalling at this point of control up here and then coming down. Yeah, it does align with the current value area high, you're right. I'm just not so confident on the stop loss. And value area high does seem to be creeping up a bit of the current session. It's very cool to see that it's stalling at the POC though. Like what? It came down to overnight point of control, bounced here, broke through overnight value area high, gave a little break and retest to overnight value area high, and then ran straight for previous day's POC, and now it's consolidating around point of control, which is exactly what the theory tells us it'll do. So as a matter of fact, volume profile is the algorithm. You heard it here first. Yeah, I'm gonna pass on this long from overnight value area high purely based off of I don't really like the volume that's built up there. It's not much of a high volume node, and I'll be entering in like the lower half of it. When I'm entering on a high volume node for the current session, which most of my entries are, if not all of them, I want to enter at the front end of the node, if that makes sense. Because I want the shelf, the main bulk of the volume, to be between my entry and my stop. Because the theory behind that obviously is people are going to defend an area where there was a lot of volume, which is a high volume node. Because they were willing to buy and sell at that price before, so it would reason to, oh, what's the phrase? It would, what's the fucking phrase I'm thinking of? It would, fuck it, you get what I mean. It would make sense to reason that they would buy there and sell there again and defend the price. It's like X-ray vision, yeah, it is crazy. It is crazy. I'm slightly annoyed. I fucking hooked myself onto ICT for so many years. It's a great idea. The value area high and value area low are a bit arbitrary, aren't they? Node show. Yeah. I mean, so how I will use the value area high and value area low of the current session is on its own, when it's like just randomly in price, like here, I won't really think of it as a confluence at all. But if the overnight value area, or if the current session value area high is in close proximity to a previous session value area high, then it becomes an added confluence. That's how I use it. Obviously, it's still here. It still absolutely can be used, but like right now, it could easily bounce off of this. But yeah, high volume nodes are the main thing that I have the current profile for the developing session. The main thing that I'm looking for in this current session is the developing high volume nodes. Just because I want to see actual volume in this current session form around these value levels that I have from the previous sessions. Because that shows me that this was an important level in a previous session, and in this current session is still being traded. This is still a big area of interest. So once I have the proof, and it is proof because volume cannot build up at that level in a high amount relative to the rest of the range the price has been in, unless buyers and sellers are actually transacting at that level. So it proves to me that this was an important level in the previous session, and it's still holding holding a lot of meaning for the big boys. And then I enter a trade based off of that. No guesswork, no fucking anything really, just simple. Sounds more complicated than it is. If I tried to explain this to me like a year ago when I didn't really understand anything volume profile-ish or like any of the volume profile buzzwords, if you will, then that I would probably like be like blinking and be like, huh? What's a high volume node? But once you get those simple, it's like ICT. ICT sounds really complicated, but it isn't really. Like it's just it's a language, right? You've got to learn like what's a fair value gap, what's an order block, what's a this, what's a that. Exact same thing. And then once you learn all that stuff, then it's just like second nature, and it's easy. You can look at a chart and be like, oh, there's all the fair value gaps, there's all the order blocks. Same thing with volume profile. Same thing with anything really. With volume profile, it's just about learning, right, what is a high volume node? But then also that's why I like volume profile is what I just said about how you can see the volume, and it's like that's proof that it's there, and you understand why it works. What was I saying? I've blanked now. Yeah, that's what I liked about it, because it's like you can see it once you know what it is, then you can go and see it, and then not only can you see it, you can understand why it works, rather than some dude on YouTube telling you that the market is run by an algorithm and that's why it works, and then if you ask him questions, he just calls you a goober. I'm not saying that ICT doesn't work, obviously. I never want to completely jump across to the ICT slander, because I still think it can definitely work, but the more and more I trade volume profile, the more I'm just like, this is superior. At least it is for me. And that's okay. Exactly why I switched as well, yeah. We're on the same wavelength here, me and you, Mac. We're on the same wavelength. POC looks like it's pretty close to shifting. And when it shifts, you know what? I reckon a solid trade today is going to be, if this happens, I'll take it. We're building volume up here, so POC is probably going to shift up here, most likely. And then if we can hold at that newly shifted POC and break through these previous day levels, we already have a nice bit of volume here at the previous day's point of control, and really the edge of it is like just below previous day value area high. So if we can break above there and get a retest into this sort of area, I can get along there. Obviously we need to see all that happen first, but no harm in planning. Shorts, I'm not really. The only way I would trade a short today, oh god, I can't really see a short unless we break literally like all the way down here. That's like short territory. Because I can't, there's nowhere, at least at the moment, for me to short like anywhere in here. Because if I'm shorting up here, then my target has to be pretty much like this, the edge of this node. I don't really want to try and trade through that big of a node. So either I'm going to somehow get a trade to it, which I can't see as of yet, unless you know what, actually yeah I can. If we shift POC, I'm basically just waiting for this POC to shift, and then if we continue higher from it, then I can look for a long. If we shift and then POC fails to hold, I then might consider a short on the retrace, and then that gives me a nice either to like overnight value or a high or that node. That's the plan. That's the plan, boys. I read Wyckoff and a bunch of other books, and ICT stuff complements a lot of it. You mean, oh yeah, like ICT works with it, yeah. I do think, like I said, I do think ICT works. There's POC shift that I was talking about. Yeah, it's just the fact that you have to have faith in ICT, really. You can't exactly prove it unless you have like a lot of backtesting data, which obviously then you can essentially prove anything, but the pure theory behind it, it always was like a little thorn in the back of your mind, I guess, when you're trading ICT. You're like, in the back of your head, you're like, I am actually believing, at least to some point or some level, if I'm trading based off of this stuff, I am to some level agreeing with this guy who has a fair few crazy like rants on the internet about stuff that, like, I mean, I personally don't believe in. I'm not saying that all that stuff that he rants about on his old Twitter spaces isn't like gonna happen or is true, but I don't believe it is. But yeah, you have to kind of agree with that man because he's the author of his concepts. We're now consolidating around this newly found POC. Really trying to figure out if I want to take that short or not. I don't really like it just because it's only really got one solid confluence, which is that node. POC is a confluence, but I don't really like the POC just because it could just consolidate around it. So I don't think I'm going to take this short. I want the longs. I want the longs here. I need to see this get above this POC. And hold, and then I can catch a long somewhere in here when we get a retrace into this zone. I'm perfectly happy not taking a trade today, just because we had obviously the big drop off in volume towards the end of last week, so we're gonna be like picking it up a little bit this week, I guess, at least to start the week. But if you give it to me, I shall take it. I'm not sure about that one. Do you know what I do need to do? I have this book that I've been meaning to read. Jordan Peterson, 12 Rules for Life. I've been meaning to read that. Well, I mean, I started reading it and then I just got out of the habit. Reading is something that I've really tried a few times, and I like quite successfully. Like I've got a lot of books here that I've read. Most of, if not, well, I've read most of them. What have we got here? We've got that Jordan Peterson. Oh my god, I just kicked so much dust out onto my desk. Yeah, them books were read, but they were read a while ago. I never finished that book, actually, just because it kept repeating itself, and I feel like I got the most of the content that I was looking for out of it anyway. I don't really finish a book unless I told myself I would, or it's like still offering loads of good stuff. That book was great. The Almanac of Naval Ravikant. Not really a trading book, more just kind of like a life book. Trading books. Where are my trading? Oh yeah, here. We got Best Loser Wins. Read that. And Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. Read that. Atomic Habits. That's the one that's at the bottom here. Atomic Habits, which I think I read like the first chapter of and then just stopped reading it. Because I think I went on holiday actually and just forgot to take it with me. So then I just got out of the habit of reading over holiday, but I might pick that one back up. Actually, I need to finish So my mum bought me the sequel to this book, the Jordan Peterson one. It's like 12 More Rules for Life or something like that. She bought me that for my birthday, like, God, what, almost 2 months ago now. So I need to read that first one, so then I can read the sequel. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that tonight. He says. Big old consolidation around the POC. We should have a little book list on the Discord over at Tony Bar. Yeah, that's not a bad idea, actually. I like that idea. Perk of being a professor, free books. What are you a professor of? Mr. Mac. Professor of... Oh, let me think. Oh, I have no idea. I'm gonna guess like, oh fuck, I don't know. It's hard for me to throw something out there. Just tell me. If you're into trading, maybe like mathematics or like statistics or something. Like psychology? Nah, it's not psychology, surely. I reckon it's statistics or something like that. Something mathematical. I would put my money on since you're into trading. Law, fuck. Our very own Harvey Specter. That's as far as my law knowledge goes. Economics, that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna be one of my other guesses, because study of money. Trading, study of money. I mean, I started studying economics at uni before I dropped out. Also teach political science. God damn. Just want you to know, Professor Mac, that you are indeed a professor, but you're currently tuned in to a uni dropouts livestream. What was I started studying business management. I didn't even make it through my first year at uni. It just was not for me. But yeah, I started studying business management, something like that. Dropped out of that because I could not stand it. And then I enrolled onto an economics degree, since that was the only part of the business course that I actually found remotely interesting. But it was just, I think if I did economics at a better uni, it's because I kind of had to like rush into a uni, so I just went to the one that was like 15-20 minutes down the road to do economics, and most of it was online, so it was just because it was like just after COVID. Well, not just after COVID, it would have been like a couple of years after COVID, but yeah, maybe I would have done economics if I went to a better uni, or just enjoyed uni in general. Because I did find economics a bit interesting, to be honest. I instead dropped out, attempted to start my own company, failed, and then travelled Australia. Popped over to New Zealand for like a week. And then went to Asia, Thailand, and then obviously Bali for like 2 months, which I'll be returning to in February. Thailand and then Bali. And then Japan, actually. But Japan's only going to be like a week or so. And then I'm going to come back here and get a big boy job. And still trade on the side. I've been thinking about going into something like health and safety, just because that's what a lot of what my dad does. his own business. And you can make pretty decent money doing health and safety stuff, and it's fairly simple to get qualified into. And I also like the idea that working in health and safety, I can eventually be like my own boss if I just open my own freelance whatever thing. I like the idea of that. Trading on the side, obviously, and then if at any point YouTube and trading become profitable enough, then I will go full balls to the walls on that and put my other stuff to the side. Oh yeah, probably, Professor Mac. Probably. And that's not a discredit to your teaching. That's just a discredit to the fucking uni system. Okay, so we failed at POC here. Let's see if we find support at the overnight value area high or not. That'll be interesting. Like I say, I don't really want to take shorts until we break below that lower node and honestly just like start going lower on the day. Not a terrible long right here, to be honest, but like I said before, I don't really... the fact that we've failed off POC kind of kills the long from overnight value area high for me at least. And it's not much of a node, and the stop loss placement wasn't great, so happily avoiding this long here, but we'll see how it goes anyway. Like I say, wait, what's the ATR today? Oh yeah, I have the CVD back up as well. But I'm going to take that off for now just because I'm going to wait until I properly know what I'm doing with it. Since Mr. Kami Capital, he's probably uploading, I think he's uploading a order flow section of his course like in a week or so. So that'll give me somewhat of an idea of what I'm doing with CVD. I do have some sort of an idea, but not enough to be trading off of it. And like at the moment, the system that I've got it seems to be working. That would have been such a small start, but let's go on. What's the yeah, okay, so I could have gotten away with like a 5 to. I could have gotten away with that, but I didn't want to take it, to be honest, just because it doesn't look like that good of a trade to me. But we'll see if it plays out. You know what I wish I had a degree in? Because I think that'd be honestly pretty... What do you reckon, Professor Mac? What do you reckon the most useful degree for trading is? I think a degree in like statistical analysis or statistics, something statistics, seems like it would be a pretty solid degree for someone that's interested in trading to have. How applicable it is, I guess it's like it'll help, but it's not going to help, like, it's not going to make you or break you as a trader. But like, if I was, how old are you when you're going to uni? 18? If I was 18 and I was going to uni and I was interested in trade, yeah, see, look, this long got absolutely smashed. Like, economics is always a nice one to have. Yeah, that long would have got absolutely smashed. Good read on not taking that. Yeah, finance, yeah. It's just the basic ones, really, the ones that just make sense. Economics, finance, all that stuff, statistics. Coding is actually probably a pretty underrated one. A degree in like some sort of coding. If you were wanting to go into the whole like automated trading thing. Probably. You want this as a question for? This is a good question for ChatGPT. I wonder if, right, there's probably like some uni in like America or something, right, that's gonna like offer a degree in like straight up like chart analysis or something. Let's have a look. Official website for ChatGPT. Oh. What is the best degree to get if you're interested in trading? Let's see what it spits out. I'm curious if there's like, okay, it said number 1 finance, number 2 economics, number 3 mathematics / applied mathematics, number 4 computer science, number 5 statistics. Yeah, I thought it was going to say there's like some dead rogue degree that you could get in like some sort of fucking college in America that was like straight up chart analysis degree. Wall Street University. Computer science students do very well nowadays, do they? I don't think I've ever met someone who's... Oh, wait, no, I did meet... Did he study computer science? There was a guy that I worked with when I was younger who had, like, just completed some sort of computing degree. He was way too overqualified. He was, like, doing the job that I was doing at the same time, but he was obviously way too overqualified. It was just a stepping stone for him while he was looking for something that he could actually do. I do sometimes think about how different my life would be if I stayed at uni and stuck it through. I'd probably have some sort of degree in economics because I obviously dropped out of the business one. I think business is the most like useless. Okay, wait. We've discussed that. We've discussed what's good for trading, Professor Mac. What as a professor? I'm curious to know your answer to this. I feel like you're going to be slightly biased though, just because of what you teach. But what do you think is the single most useless degree? Like in general, not for like someone who's into trading. Like literally, if someone told you they're going to uni, and you're like, oh, that's a good decision. What are you studying? And then what answer could they give that would just make you go, fucking hell? Why are you bothering? Why are you paying like so much money and doing all that? Like you're just going for a piss up. I've got a few in mind, but I'm gonna wait until I see your answers. Classics? What's classics? I didn't know what that degree was. I mean, that makes sense why it's why it's useless. I don't even know what classics is. Classics. Ancient Greek and Latin. Okay, yeah. That makes sense. Yeah, you are not going... That is a useless degree. Basically just learning you're learning a dead language. So, yeah. That is, why would someone go to uni to do that? Because I feel like if you're the type of person that's going to go to uni and study ancient Greek and Latin, you're probably not the type of person that's like just going to be like going out like to all the clubs and just going like just getting pissed every night. If you're the type of person that's studying ancient Greek and Latin, I really want to meet someone. I might just go to a uni course and enroll on an ancient Greek and Latin degree for like a month. Just spend some time around them. I remember Googling this a while ago. Like the most like out there degrees. Oh, what was it? There was one that was in America, and it was the fucking most random ass degree. I'm gonna ask ChatGPT just to see if it can jog my memory. What are some of the roguest degrees in the world? There was one that was like, let's see. Oh, it thinks I said roughest. I mean, most random. You can get, yeah, here we go. You can get a degree in circus arts. And this is gonna trump your ancient Greek one, Professor Mac. You can get a degree in learning juggling, clowning, tightrope walking. Okay, to be fair, that's not useless. It's just incredibly niche. Like that is, you're gonna do something with that if you're doing that qualification, I guess. Study of, fucking hell, I'm not gonna be able to pronounce these. Study of parapsychology, which is the study of psychic phenomenon, telepathy, ghosts, ESP, and paranormal investigation. So you can get a degree in ghost hunting. Oh, it's not loaded, most of them. Let me retry it. A degree. What the fuck is that? I can't pronounce that. Suffocant and colloid science. A degree focused on bubbles, foams, detergents, and how they behave. Again, that's not useless. It's just incredibly niche. Let's reload it because it's. There we go. That's the one that I was thinking of. You can get a degree in magic. Magic and occult sciences, especially in Europe and India. A degree in astrology. That's like the ultimate crazy white girl degree. A degree in astrology. A degree in puppetry. You can get fucking degree in puppetry. Video game design with a focus on esports. I wouldn't say that's. I'd say that's probably common now. I know someone that did a video game design degree. Not saying that it's useful, but. Avian science, a full degree dedicated to the biology and management of birds. Not sure what you're going to be doing with that degree. Just a professional bird watcher, I guess. Comedy. You can do a degree in comedy. A degree in stand-up comedy. Huh. Railway studies. Degrees focused exclusively on trains, rail. Okay, that makes sense. A degree in toy design. Comic art and graphic storytelling. Dedicated degrees for comic book. Who the fuck is reading comic books nowadays? A degree in the art of making beer. A degree every man must study. Oh, that makes sense, actually. That's cool. Universities in Thailand that offer specific degrees around elephant biology, obviously, because they got them elephants over there. A full degree in folklore. A full degree in myths, legends, and cultural storytelling. Okay, wait a minute. We might be getting a short breakout here. I want to see it break below oval. Overnight value very low. And then this is a nice short. Let's back to the useless degree. Oh, that's cool, actually. I want that degree. A degree in ethical hacking. A degree in theme park engineering. That's random. An astrobiology. The study of life in the universe. Even though we haven't found any. Huh? The study of life in the universe, even though we haven't found any yet. So what are you studying? The study of life. Astrobiology. The study of life in the universe, even though we haven't found any. So what, did you just go into a lecture every day and the guy's just like, so, we've still not found anything. Come back tomorrow. Yeah, exactly. They're like they're not useless, but they are incredibly niche. Out of all those, if I could choose to study one, I'd study ethical. I feel like if I told someone I'm an ethical hacker, that's just like a fucking sick job to be able to say. I'm an ethical hacker. Or you could just say I'm a hacker. Like I feel like I'm in Watch Dogs or something. Ethical hacker. Fuck yeah. Okay, overnight point of control seems to really be holding us today. This is a very interesting day. Kind of just gone sideways so far, I mean. That was a big pop-up from the overnight point of control, though. I'm not really seeing anything overly clean here, if I'm being honest. Don't know about you boys, but nothing is popping off the charts to me is to say here's a solid trade. Yeah, two big major bounces. The long from previous day's value area low doesn't look terrible, but again, it's the same issue as before. It's not really a node. It's more of a balance. This is a balance range. POC shifted now, so let's see. Let's see what happens here. If we, you know what? Again, that's just stop loss placement is very tricky today for me. Unless we can get like a breakout beyond this range that we've put in, then I would not be surprised if I actually have a no trade day, which is rare, to be honest. It is rare. We still have like 50 minutes left of my window for entries, so not saying that we're not going to get a trade, but I don't see anything popping off the screen so far at me that's looks to be overly like an overly good trade. Ugh. Ooh, fucking elbow. I feel like I've just lost cartilage in my elbow. Oh, it really needs to click. You know when your elbow like really needs to crack? Oh! I don't know if you heard that. Just give a little... Let's see what overnight value area high can do here. If anything, kind of just broke through it before. That is a pretty cool. I just clocked how much of a clean rotation we've had from previous day's value area low, then we ran up to previous day's point of control and rejected and went pretty much down to previous day's value area low again. We actually went right to overnight point of control, but if you're basing it just off the previous day levels, you can see a pretty clean rotational play from one end of value to the other. not one end of value, but from the bottom end of value to fair value. Fair value. Time for me to sleep. Take it easy, man. I'll catch you tomorrow. I shall catch you tomorrow, Professor Mac. Get yourself off to bed, sir. Appreciate you. I'm getting pretty close to a piss break, if I'm being honest. We do actually have a deranged profile forming here. So, you know what? I'm going to long the bottom of this if we can get down to it. With a... Do I go for a 5 or do I go... Yeah, I'll go for a 5. If we can get down to it, sure. I'll hit that. What's that, 814? God, let me make this a 5-minute chart so I can see more price. Oh shit, no. Needs to be a limit buy. And then, what's that? 809. If that can get filled, then I will take it. Fading the bottom end of value. Since we have a pretty deranged section of this profile. I could fade the top, but to me that doesn't really look great unless we can get this value area high of the current session to shift a little bit lower to like down here. And then if we break into like the middle of the range, that'd be a really nice short. Because then I would have current session value area high, overnight value area high, and a deranged profile. But yeah, a couple things need to happen before I'm able to get that. But the long I'm perfectly happy with from the bottom. It's just whether it comes down to that bottom end of the range again, but I got time. I'll wait. Oh my god. Fucking hell. I think I just gave birth in the side of my neck. If we start exploring prices up there, then I'll cancel that limit order and start looking for the longs. Would this be a B trade? This would be an A trade, I would say. Confluences. So for a B trade, obviously, you know, you only need 2 confluences. For an A trade, you need 3 or more. For this trade, you have overnight point of control, 1 confluence, which isn't an ideal confluence, but it's a confluence. And then the fact that value area low of the current session is overlapping with that makes that 2 confluences. And then simply the context of the volume profile of the current session being that we have an even distribution here, pretty D-shaped section of the profile, not the complete profile, but a section of it. That context in itself is then another confluence, making it an A trade. Hope that helps. Mate, if this overnight point of control was of that overnight value area low, for example, or something, that'd be like a super A trade. I'm not crazy. It's like an A minus. I'm gonna nickname it just because it's got the overnight point of control, but and that's just personal. I personally don't really like trading anywhere near point of controls, be it current session, previous sessions, just in general, because when it's around a point of control, typically what it'll do is what it's doing around the current session point of control right now. And that is fucking stall. And the longer it stalls there, the more likelihood that you are going to get wicked out before it goes to the move that you're looking for. Yeah, don't normally trade from POC, exactly. Exactly, Dretch. Thanks, helps a lot. No worries. No worries. I'm assuming you're in the... Are you in the school group, or are you just here? Are you in the Vol Pro school group? Fuck. Just clicked my fucking thumb. I'm Vol Pro indeed. Then you are very, very welcome here. Friend of Cammy's is a friend of mine. Fellow naughty boy. Just did the course. Oh yeah, cool. Yeah, highly recommend it. Noticed a pretty solid improvement in my own trading over the past. I've been trading volume profile for like probably a month and a half, 2 months. Like just simply fucking about with it, trying to get to grips with what I like and don't like. And now I'd say I'm pretty much at that point. think last month, November. Thanks, appreciate it. No worries. Last month, November, I traded. Oh, let me pull up TradeZella. I traded. I want to say I'm gonna go ahead and also cancel this limit order just because we're now breaking away from that even distribution. Let me just load up TradeZella so I can see what my stats were. Sign in, bitch. I am signed in. I want to say my daily win rate for last month was something like 78%, which is outrageous considering I traded like, I think I traded for 14 days out of 20 last month, which that alone is good for me because that is way more than I would have traded with ICT. Let's count them here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 days traded out of 18, 20 trading days, yeah. And one of those days I wasn't even at the computer. The other 3 or 4 I was. But it was something like I think it was like in the upper 60s. I want to say like 65. Let me get the data range and it'll tell me. There we go. Yeah, so trade win percentage, 68.75% win rate on an individual trade. On the individual days, my win percentage was 78.5. So if I took a trade, it was a 68.7% win rate, or 68.75%, which is way higher than it ever was with ICT. And then my percentage of winning days out of the month was 78.5%, which is great. I wish I was trading that on a funded account instead of the Lucid account that I was experimenting with to transition to VP. I've been reading most of your messages, learning a lot from it. Amazing. Thanks, Mr. Dredge. Appreciate it. Glad I could help. I'm trying to offer my services or thoughts on most things, especially while Cammy's a bit absent this week. I miss that naughty boy. But we'll let him off, seeing as he is making the biggest move in his life. Risk reward lower, yeah. I'm taking 1-to-1s pretty much most of the time, but I'm not really taking... Cammy will take less than a 1-to-1. I haven't really been experimenting with that too much. I've just been going strict 1-to-1 on my first trade of the day. And then I made a post about this. You might have seen it in the school group, actually, where my first trade is like 1-to-1. My second trade is 1-to-1, but then I can leave a runner. Obviously, that's going to... If I'm catching that runner more than I'm losing it, then that's going to bump my average RR up a little. But with ICT, I did have like a minimum risk to reward of like 1.8 that I was taking on a lot of trades, but I did lower that down to like a 1.2, like I would. You seen that? Okay, great, yeah. Yeah, with ICT, I remember lowering my minimum RR that I wanted from a trade to like 1.2. But I can't remember what my average risk to reward with ICT was. It obviously would have been more than volume profile, but the win rate that I've seen with volume profile so far makes up and does better than the lower win rate and higher risk to reward that I saw with ICT. And you can put that down to simply maths, or you could even talk about how psychologically having a higher win rate and a lower risk to reward, you are going to trade that system better psychologically. I think Cammy spoke about this in the school group, obviously. You're going to trade that system better than a system that has a higher risk to reward but a lower win percentage, just because when you win more, you don't have to dig in and have to eat so much shit as I would say. You don't have to eat as much shit, therefore you have a better taste at the end of your day. Like in November, I had 3 losing days and 11 winning days. And I had 2 weeks I traded every single day. So the frequency of trades compared to ICT, at least for I was trading the 2022 model with ICT, which I would say averaged maybe 1.5, 2 trades a week maybe. Just because some trades, like on a good week, I would get 2 or 3 trades. On a bad week, I would literally get no trades in an entire week. My monitor's frozen. I need to just restart this. I don't know why it's been doing this recently. The stream might go weird for just a second while I just switch my monitors off and on. Oh yeah, the stream's definitely gonna look weird. Give me a second here. Oh wait, no, looks like the stream's okay. Okay, there we go. Fixed it. Maybe we'll get this long. If we can break higher now. I will take this long. There's not really a node, but I'll just choose a. Let's do. Yeah, okay. I'll do 5 points. 5 point stop, and then I throw an extra tick on the take profit side just cause. I trade, so I sit down at the charts at about 9:30. Sorry, I'm just getting all my tabs back open because I just had to close them all to reset my monitor. 1 second. I trade 10 till 11:30 is like my normal window. And that's just because for this developing volume profile, when you start it at 9:30, a lot of times I'm going to need to wait until 10 to get like a solid quality trade. You can get them before 10 if you have like some overlapping value levels, but that's pretty rare. Not rare, I'd say it's probably uncommon. So the majority of my trades are between 10 and 11:30, and then 11:30 is my cutoff point. You could extend it all the way to 12 if you wanted to, but an hour and a half is more than enough. Like I said, most days, I'd say 85% of my days, I'm entering a trade. So this is the 10 to 15% potential no traded day. I mean, I say potential, we've still got half an hour until my cutoff point. I'm gonna have to go for a piss now though, because if this breaks and I need to piss whilst I'm in a trade, then we're in trouble. So I will be right back. Okay, good, we didn't break. I would have been fuming if I missed the long whilst having a piss. Like the 1 to 2 minutes I'm gone for like an hour and a half. Yeah, I do sit down at my charts like I watch the open, but I'm very rarely trading it. I sit down at the charts for about 2 hours. But if I wanted to, I could easily knock that down to like an hour. Like streaming, obviously, I'm at the charts longer because on a day where I'm take a trade and then I would be done. Like my max trades on a day really is 2 for now, and then that makes my trading system a system where my losing days are going to be lower than my green days. Because on the maximum I can win on a green day is really like probably like I reckon I can get somewhere between 400 and 500 on some of my best green days. $400 or $500, because that's if I win my first trade, that's $150. Then I have my second trade where I hold a runner. So if that gets to 1-to-1, I'll probably take like what, $100 1-to-1, 120. So call that like somewhere between 300 and 325. And then that extra runner, if that can net me like another $60 to $100, it depends really how far I trail it. Because I would just try and trail it really, so it could go crazy. Obviously, it could have like a $400 or $500 day, but I would guess that most of my runners will net me like an extra $50 to $75. I would guess. So call that $350 to $400 on like an average day where everything goes perfectly. Win the first trade, win the second trade, hold a runner. Runner hits a few extra bucks, and then my max losing day, the max I will lose on a day is $200 because I take the first trade, lose, and then I dial my risk back on the second. Sounds like good risk management. I can learn from that. I blew my accounts off and closed the payout. Ah, damn, that sucks. Why? Do you know why you blew them? Was it simply just like not having a risk plan in general, or was it like an issue with when you get so close to a payout that you would go on tilt and lose a lot more than you would mean to? So if you know what caused it, obviously, then you can try and put some rules in play. But yeah, that must suck being so close to a payout and then not getting across the line right at the edge. That wasn't a bad short. Actually, let's see. How big was that shelf like before when we were like here? Okay. Yeah, no, wasn't a good short actually. Once you get up there, because there wasn't any volume up there. But it's a respectable short now. If it comes back up and retest it, because you have a lot of volume built up here. across the previous day's point of control. Go on tilt, lose 300, and then try win it back quickly. Yeah, that's what does it. You have to just accept it sometimes. But obviously that's easier said than done. You'll get there though. You'll get there. Have some dinner, wish you luck, much appreciated. Thanks for coming and hanging out. See you in the Vol Pro. And tomorrow if you're about tomorrow. I'm here every day at the same time. 9:45 until about 11:30. I do have a feeling this is going to be a no trade day though. It's a very rotational sort of day. I'll probably go ahead and call it here at 11:15. If we're like in the middle of the range. And then I'll just keep my eye on it for the last 15 minutes. And then I'll do like a YouTube post or something if I take a trade in those last 15 minutes. But I doubt it. I really do doubt it. The plays today were to fade the edges. It's just unfortunate that at the edge of each end of the range has been a point of control, which I don't like fading them. I don't like trading them full stop. Look at that fucking dog. He's doing my head in again. I'm gonna fucking... Honestly. I got potty mouth today. I don't know if anyone noticed. I feel like every other word out of my mouth today has been... I was always gonna say every other word has been a fucking swear word, but... I'm not even in a bad mood. I'm just in a swearing mood, obviously. I'm just too caffeinated. That's a lie, I'm not even that caffeinated. I've had one coffee today. Oh, I just realised the profile isn't extending because I changed it. There we go. I'm thinking about shorting this now. I'm thinking about shorting this with a... Ooh. I like that. To have balls. I'm gonna log into paper trading real quick. See if I can do this quick enough. Nope, wrong thing. Oh, it's fucking up. It's easier if I just do it this way. There we go. I'll throw that in there. I don't know if I'm going to get it. What do I need for? 42.25. 48.75. We'll see. We'll see if I get filled on that. Oh, we just dropped right out of value. I just realised that the music's not playing anymore, is it? No, it is. I don't mind fading this point of control here because we have a real nice shelf build up at the top here, and previous to value high is relatively close to price, and we have a small range here, so I can honestly probably get away with this. I might go 5. Yeah, I'm gonna do 5.25, just so then I'm taking profit right at the edge of this node instead, and that ups my risk actually a little bit. Or ups my contract size. 47.25. Oh no, not the limit sell, fucking me. I really do wish that, so I missed out on Tradeovate already. It's my first day back after being on Tradeovate, back on to Project X. I already miss my being able to like choose how many contracts I want, rather than doing this shit where I'm like having to sell 1 and then sell 5 to get, because 6 contracts is what I need here for my risk to be right. You know what also looks nice? That long from down here. That also looks nice. If we start moving lower towards that, I'm gonna put that order in as well. If we get like down here, I'll put that order in. Let me change the music and just put it back at the top of the playlist as well, so I don't have to faff around with that. Got 18 minutes, or not 18, sorry, it's got 12 minutes to fill either side of this. If it doesn't, then I'm done. I'll throw this order in once we get below overnight value very high. What a rotational ass, consolidation ass day. Do we have big news tomorrow? We have, what was it that we have tomorrow? Do we have CPI tomorrow? Oh, we have CPI Wednesday. Oh, wait, no, we don't. No, we don't, because this shit is showing me all of them for some reason, not just the USD. Non-USD. Apply. Nothing tomorrow. Wednesday. PMI, ISM PMI at 10. Thursday unemployment at 8:30, and then Friday loads of news at 10 as well. And then next week I think we have, no, it's not the next week, it's the week after next week. We have a really weird week where we have NFP on the 16th on a Tuesday. I wonder how many people that's going to catch off guard that aren't aware that it's on Tuesday that week. Hopefully most people are aware since it's so weird. We're pumping up here. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. How far are we? We got 8.5 minutes to get up there. 5 points. Last time this happened and I got filled like close to my cutoff point, it actually just ran through me. So that'll be interesting to see. So now got 7.5 minutes. I'm clicking under my desk, by the way. Oh, that one slipped out. Come to the KAICAP streams for all the fun sounds along the way. 7 minutes. I wish I could put like a timer on the screen. I bet I can do that actually. Let me get like a... Give me a minute here. Uh, 5-minute countdown. Oh my god, this is like what my teacher used in fucking primary school. Okay, then if I add a window capture on OBS, this should work. Where the fuck's window capture? What the fuck? I am confused. Ah! Okay, that didn't work. Yes, I'm sure I want to delete that. Fuck you now. Balls. Can't get it to work. I just want another window capture. Why can't I have another window capture? Probably because I don't actually. I know why it's not doing it. Never mind. Oh well. We got 4.5 minutes almost. God, I'm hungry. These 3 minutes cannot go by fast enough. Fucking clock watching. I'm gonna delete that lower one because it's definitely not getting down there since my cutoff point. To be honest, it's probably not going to fill me here. We've got three minutes basically. So unless it really jumps up there, it's not getting there. But rules are rules. Rules are rules, and they are indeed there not to be broken, actually. Contrary to popular belief, rules are indeed there for a reason. Oh, this is going to be a bitch and fill me at 11:29 again. I know it. I know it. I'm going to cancel that limit order at 11:30 to the second. To the goddamn second. It's got 2 minutes. This ain't filling me, but I'm leaving the limit order there to the last second. Who'd have thought? First stream back on the Monday after the long weekend, and started off with a hour and a half stream with no trades. Do you know what? I kind of want to move my webcam down a bit. I feel like I'm too... That's a bit better. Okay, there is absolutely no... I take back what I said before. There's absolutely no way that is getting up there in the next minute. And even if it does, it's going to have so much momentum behind it that I'll probably get stopped out anyway. So, thank you boys for watching and hanging out with me for the whole fucking hour and a half with no trades. There were potentially some trades in there today. None that I felt overly convicted enough to take, which is perfectly fine with me because that means that I am completely flat going into tomorrow, and my face cam looks like it's peeking onto the chart ever so slightly. There we go, I think I fixed that. Anyway, yeah, that's all from me, boys. I hope you had a good day trading, and I will catch you tomorrow.